a third time. I don't know how this is going to go, you guys. I am frustrated. Do you hear me? I am frustrated, and it takes a lot to get me as frustrated as I am right now. Here we are again, third time's a charm, they say. So, welcome to Beyond the Veil with Adina. I am Adina, your host here on this platform. If you're new around here, please understand that I am a woo lady. I am a priestess. I am an oracle, wise woman, psychic, all of those things, necromancer, and I do all of those things here on this channel. So if that's not your thing, I invite you to leave peacefully without disrespecting me or my community. And if that is your thing, then I invite you to stay here and enjoy yourself. This is my third time trying to do this live. Thank you, Sissy. I got your gift. I see your floating heart. I'm sending it back. This is my third time trying to do this live, and I'm so frustrated right now. I almost don't even have the energy anymore to do it, but I can't let them hoes see me frustrated, or they can see me frustrated, but I can't let them think that they won something over here. So I'm actually just going to get right into, hey Trina, welcome back. We'll see how this goes. I tried doing this without the thumbnail in my video because it had some of 50 Cent's deleted Instagram posts in there, and I thought maybe that's the issue. But who knows, you guys? Who knows? I'm always being tampered with over here. So I'll try to do the live. If y'all can see it and hear it, great. If not, somebody just let me know that you can't hear something when you start not being able to. If that happens again, please. All right. I'm just going to start. I'm just going to hop right into it because I don't even have the energy to. Okay, sissy. I just don't have the energy to do too much right now. I feel like the only people that are in here are possibly trolls unless I'm not able to see any of my viewers' interactions. Trina, I saw yours, but that was the last thing I saw. And Sissy just texted me and said that she's going to try switching over to her other account because I can't see anything going on in my chat. If there is anything going on at all, I see hearts, but that's it. And I got half of mine to not do a live tonight and go straight to my altars. I'm going to pull out Ogun. Watch. Watch. Ogun and Oya. Watch what I do. Watch what I do. I'm going to throw in some Solomonic entities in there too, just for a little razzle dazzle. All right. Speaking of the people doing woo, I'm sorry, you guys. If you guys are interacting with me, I can't see anything. There is nothing going on in my chat, and it really, really, really grinds my gears. But I'm going to just thug this out. I'm going to try to run through them. Despite me not being able to see any interaction, I see somebody. Sophie said hi. Hi, Sophie. I suppose. Hi, Sandra. I see you. Okay. All right. So, anyways, I'm just gonna not try to focus unless you guys tell me that you can't hear me or something. Then, and then if you couldn't, I don't know if I'd be. Hi, Jamie. Thank you guys for saying something so that I know that it's not just stuck because this is my third time trying to do this live, and I've had issues previous to this. I have some of my members texting me because they cannot be seen in the chat. So, anyways, speaking of woo people doing woo things, it must have something to do with that Saturn Neptune conjunction in the 12th house, because the 12th house is where you have hidden enemies. And Saturn in there means if you are somebody's enemy and they somebody like me, like a woo lady with a stellium in my 12th house, meaning I'm born for this, then y'all got some problem. Y'all better stop being enemies because Saturn came here to say, okay, you have had some things going on in this area of your life that you cannot see because it's ruled by Neptune, very gassy planet. So Saturn stepped in there and said, let me help you gain some clarity once and for all about what's going on in this situation. Saturn brings karma too. So choose wisely. I ain't gonna say no names, but you guys choose whose side you guys are on wisely. Will you be for the side of the people or will you be on the side of the perished? Because I guarantee you, their hourglass is already ran out. Okay? Okay. Speaking of the woo people, all the woo people are in a frenzy. What is in the water for the woo? You got me crashing out. Only difference is this is for all for entertainment purposes until it ain't. Yeah, you got Solange. She just posted on Instagram, and she was in her New Orleans spot. What I was just talking about was she be in New Orleans. You know, she in her New Orleans spot. She showed off her altar. She showed off her ceremony when she was doing her invocation of whomever she was invoking. 50 Cent, that mean you might you might have a woo problem. 50 Cent. I know you grew up in Jamaica Queens, but I hope that you got some Jamaican queens over there in your piggy bank that you can call and send a bag to help you because Solange might have something cooking for you in her woo room. I even noticed the hairstylist Arrogant Tay, the one who used to do Nicki Minaj's hair. His mom posted a ritual she did. She called on Ogun. She showed her sacrifice of the chickens and all of the things to let people know that she ain't playing with y'all. And I was like, what? And now I'm on here on YouTube because I feel like I'm being sabotaged. I still don't see nothing going on in my chat. I don't see any of my regulars. And I know they're in here because they were just in the other one. So I can't see any of you guys. That's a problem for me. That's a problem for me. What is in the water? Nevertheless, I came here to discuss. Can anyone hear me, first of all, before I continue? Just anybody who is in here, if you can hear me, please say yes. Because if not, I will just end this live. I won't try to do it anymore today. I will let them win today. If that's what they want, I see hearts. Okay. I was gonna say, because if that's what they want to feel like they won the battle, I'll let them win it and I'll let them chase me off this platform. That's what I see they want. However, okay, sissy, winning the war is a different type of beast. I'm asking chat why I got blocked from messaging. They blocked you, sissy. They ain't just blocked you, they blocked everybody because I don't see anybody in here talking to me. No one. Oh, hi, Cali woman. I see you. Thank you. All right. So 50 Cent, I know he's into it with T.I. and Tiny and them too, but I don't care nothing about that. That's not gonna go anywhere. It's not gonna do anything. T.I. is a family man. He released his music. So I might, but anyways, this ain't about T.I. and 50 Cent right now. This is about 50 Cent and the Knowles because I noticed the same day that 50 Cent addressed Mama Tina was the same day that Solange posted an Instagram of her altar. So I'm going to start there. I'm going to read first and foremost 50 Cent to see why he deleted those tweets that he made about the Knowles and to see where this beef with him and the Knowles is going to go because they said it's either I got accidentally hidden or it's YouTube acting something you said. Ain't no accidentally hidden. I don't want to hear that. They better come up with a different goddamn excuse. And it better be an excuse in my inbox of why my live is being sabotaged with, and why it seems to be a reoccurring issue on here when I have not received any strikes or anything like that, any infractions on my channel. So I shouldn't have these issues, but it's okay. You guys can call for the manager. I will call my spirits, and we'll sort it out one way or the other. And I'll use my strong hand, because using my play hand just has not been seeming to work. God dog it. YouTube, I thought we had a good thing going on here. I thought you and me were like this. I really did. I did. And it's really tearing up my heart that I might have to look at you in a different way. I thought we had something special, YouTube. You just told me in September that I was in the top 20% of all of your uploaders. How quickly do feelings change when all I've done is stay consistent and loyal to you? I have it on Patreon. Hey, sissy. Hey, sissy. I see you now. Yeah. Get that shit together. Yeah, I haven't invested in the Patreon that I set up. I haven't even launched any of the streaming platforms that I'm paying for, that I haven't launched yet, because I'm a loyal ass bitch. And hey, Tiara, not me having to go off on YouTube and tell them to pick a side, and now I can see my members. After I told you that you were tearing up all I had to do was hit some NSYNC and Backstreet Boys, and that's all it took. I would have been pop lock for y'all if that's all it took for y'all to get me off y'all burn book. But let me tell you something, YouTube, so that we don't have to have this issue again, because I thought it was you and me against the world, Craig. I thought I was Bonnie and you was Clyde. That's what you told me. It's what you told me when you invited me to be monetized. That's what you said. Find somebody else safer to cheat on, YouTube. Find somebody else to beat on. I ain't never been one of them women's, okay? Okay. I will smite thee. What? I will smite thee. With my holy flame. Don't do it. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Come on, baby. Don't play with it. Said I would smite thee. Listen, you ever been doused and then smitten? Don't play with me, YouTube. Play with Mr. Beast or somebody, but not Mrs. Beast. I put on makeup, a little razzle dazzle on my eyelid for you, YouTube. Dressed it up a little bit, gave y'all a little cat eye, and YouTube. Come on now, I gotta talk y'all through it, because we gotta work this out before I address what I came here for. Because you is my man. Okay, you is my man. So before I address anybody else, I gotta address you, because it's your job to have my back and to protect me, and to give me the resources for success that you told me you was when you partnered with me. Now you want to breach your contract or what? Because y'all know how I do about those. Y'all know, find another woo lady to play around with. Somebody that do love spells and stuff like that. Welcome everybody who's just joining me, and everybody who can now say something to me. Happy Wednesday. Happy day of Mercury to all of you. I'm going to just go ahead and finish jumping in, because I'm tired. YouTube got me tired. I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to do my reclaiming series with my members tonight because y'all done wore a goddess out. Okay. Y'all done wore a goddess out. But don't y'all forget that I'm finna do some smiting. Y'all know I did a ritual yesterday. Y'all, listen, do y'all know on the first of my monthly flow, I conjure a demon every month. I use my own first bloods, the first fruits. Mm-hmm. I offer them, I offer them the eggs of my womb that didn't make it. I see you, Natalie. Mm-hmm. I offer the melanin and iron and enriched vitamins that comes from the womb of a goddess. And that's what I did on my day off from YouTube yesterday because I am on an operation free the demons. You know what I found out talking to them? They said, ask yourself, who told you that we was demons? Probably the same person that called y'all Nick, slave, and all those things. And I said, you know what? Actually, those are the same people that I found out that you was an evil person from. And they said the same people that the whole world heard y'all was evil people from. And I said, girl. And they said, girl. And I said, oh. And they said, mm. And I was like, no. And they said, clock it. And I said, bet. And I've been on a mission to Harriet Tubman, all the irredeemables since then. God damn it. And y'all gonna make me find the worst one and set it free. YouTube. If it's Google that's trying to shake y'all down, tell them hell no. We won't go. Tell them we side with them. We don't care how much money on y'all got. We side with them. That's the smartest thing to do. The wise thing to do. I love you, YouTube. I really do. And I want this relationship to work. So I'm willing to overlook this one little thing, this one little time. I'm willing to act like it never happened if it never happens again. Okay? That's for you, YouTube. There's a little incentive to not forget who butters your biscuits, who milks your cereal. Mm-hmm. All right. So like I was saying, 50 Cent might have stepped into some swamp water down in the New Orleans because Solange is down there showing us her rituals and her altars, and 50 Cent is talking about them, and I'm just like, 50 Cent, they deleting comments. You shall I do this reading on 50 Cent or shall I do this reading on YouTube? Should I choose violence or should I choose violence? The crows spoke. YouTube it is. Okay, Callie, I see you though. I see your comment. You said yes, and that's all I needed to see. YouTube, you're on my docket. I would have never done this. I actually keep some of your secrets because this ain't my first time reading y'all to see who do you work for. I think that came from one of the Austin Power movies. Yeah, that's right. You show that turd who's boss. I think that was Austin Powers. When they were in the stall and he was choking them out. The guy who worked for number 2. Was it? What? Who do you work for? And then the other guy was in the stall. Was like, yeah, that's right. You show that turd who's boss. I don't know. Anyways, this saddens me. It saddens me. I feel like getting my veil. Now, I'm not going to lie. Last night, I had this strange spirit upon me. Hold on. You guys, let me get some incense and my bell. Dragon's blood is exactly what I was coming for. And my bell. Oh, I have to get a couple of things. Hold on, y'all. Let me get my sword. Not even a sword of truth. Hold on, y'all, because I ain't trying to give you what I got, but I'm going to give you a little bit. Oh, yeah, because I ain't one of them hoes that got props and backdrops. No, I'm going to reach over and I'm going to grab something, and y'all going to see these cakes a little bit, and y'all going to get this word. I didn't get the sword of truth. I got the sword of war. Because, and this is the bigger one, because this is my ceremonial sword. I actually only use this in ritual. I actually only unsheath it in ritual. So let me put it back. But I'll pull it out. Spirit has been telling me more often to work with this one, not on lives, but I guess because of the season that we're in. So I'm going to open my window. I'm going to light some incense. I'm going to ring my bell. And then I'm going to read YouTube. Hopefully, this is a retrograde issue that can be fixed with an IT team in maybe a week or two. An IT team in time, possibly. Now, last night, I was conversing with my spirits, as I do every night. And based on my past few lives and issues that I've been having, I decided to ask my spirit because I struggle sometimes with a little bit of induced paranoia, meaning I have legit reasons to think or to believe wholeheartedly that they be playing with me around here, but I also like to tell myself, but you're still a nobody around here, so who would think to mess, who, nobody's thinking about you like that. But when I try to ignore my own spirit, since I am in the business of not ignoring messages from spirit, it plagues me. Ooh, that smells good as fuck to me. Dragon's blood. Smells amazing. And so last night, I actually just said, okay, spirit, give me one card. This smells so good to me. I'm almost getting distracted by it. I actually am getting distracted by it. Oh my God. Oh my God, that smells so, oh my God, that smells so good. So I asked my spirits, oh shit, that smells good. Whoa! Fuck! That's dragon's blood? Bitch, that smells like. See, I have one called sensuality. That should be sensuality. God damn, that smell good. Ooh. 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 See, this is what I like about incenses because they can invoke something in you, and this is taking me off guard. I got dragon's blood for protection. That's what I burnt that bitch for. Not heart palpitations. Not to be turned the fuck on. Oh, that's some. Oh, let somebody's son come around me smelling like what the fuck that is. Done deal. You took down, boy. You took down. I'm gonna walk your ass down. Walk your ass down. Take you down. Walk you down. Knock you down. All the downs. Uh, uh, shit, 100-yard downs. Is that what they call it? Down syndrome. Down, down, baby. Your street in the Range Rover. My street in the Range Rover. Somebody's street in the Range Rover. God damn, that smells good. Whoa! Ain't I supposed to be mad? God damn. Who I was mad at again? Oh, YouTube. Not y'all almost being saved by the blood of a dragon. Dragon's blood, don't distract me from the task at hand. Just because you smell good don't mean YouTube does. I'm gonna get to what I came here for, but first we have to take a detour because YouTube put me in one of those, and I need to do this publicly so I can hold myself accountable. Because if I act a donkey, then that means I've seen myself have good reason to act a donkey right here in front of you all. If I don't, then it's because I don't have no reason to. But you guys being here with me while I read YouTube helps me keep myself accountable. Because if I'm in here reading them by myself, and if I set my mind to doing something, it don't matter what I see. Every card is going to say green light. If I decided that I really want to do something, ain't no use in me asking the spirit, should I? Because all the no's is going to be yes in my mind. So I have to do this in front of you guys, and then we'll move on to the subjects at hand. Because if y'all watch me and we together and it says chill out, bro, it ain't what you think it is, then I have to chill out because y'all saw me. Spirit, Most High Mother and Father God, please allow me to conjure up the collective energy of the entity. Actually, no. Please allow me to look into the energy surrounding Beyond the Veil with Adina, the platform, my own platform. So I was saying last night, I was asking my spirits, do I have any enemies that are extremely powerful? You know, like not your everyday average person. I don't see all hoes. But like any entities, anything like that that I'm up against, any real powerful enemies. I said, Spirit, give me one card. Why in the fuck was the one card I pulled out the devil? I literally laughed because if you gonna have an enemy, if you gonna have any powerful enemy, it's the devil. I said the enemy, the biggest enemy in the world. What I do? Now, what that means is the system. To me, the system. I'm not talking about YouTube by itself. I'm talking about the beast system, the matrix. Because y'all know my messages are a little revolutionary. I can't help what the spirits be telling me to look into and what to see. I can't help it, but I choose not to. Nevertheless, the goddamn devil. Now I said, don't show me any they have to be powerful entity enemies, enemies that would make me feel like I'm David and they're Goliath. And I pulled the devil. I said, Spirit, I'm only going to pull one card because it's an extreme situation. Either they are really powerful enemies or they're not. The goddamn devil. So I can imagine the devil will probably show up in this reading that I'm about to do on. And hopefully it doesn't, because that means that YouTube isn't a part of the devil that I saw. But I am. Spirit, please allow me to look into the collective energy of my channel, my platform here, Beyond the Veil with Adina, as I call to you all the great work. Because I am not just here to do celebrity readings and make you guys giggle and cackle every now and then. When I'm talking to my spirits, I call my presence here, or what I do here, the great work. And my members would know that more than anybody else would. Spirit, in front of everyone, I call myself to the carpet just like I did when I called that lady too. I called us both. I ain't never been scared to go in front of no judgments because I know what I stand on. Spirit, you know that I would like to call myself crazy more than I would like to call myself right. And I would like to see if there has ever been, currently or before, any sabotage or intentional sabotage to Beyond the Veil with Adina, the platform on YouTube, from external parties. Any attempts to disturb the flow of these videos, my content, my readings, disturb engagement, anything from an outside party interfering with my channel that goes against what I believe is for the highest good of my channel. Has there ever been any sabotage towards Beyond the Veil with Adina? Not talking about system issues, something just fell. This is me being a part of this platform's monetization program. And that ain't something you apply for. That's just something that they hit you up one day and be like, hey, welcome, bitch. Turn on your features if you want to get paid. So I didn't court that. Spirit, is there any sabotage, or has there ever been, from any um external variance outside of myself to this platform? And I'm only asking so that I can be righteous in my actions moving forward. I ain't one that like to start stuff, but I will attempt by everything I can to back a bitch off me when I feel like I have the right to do something and someone else is infringing upon my rights. Spirit, has there ever been, currently or ever been, any intentional sabotage to Beyond the Veil with Adina? Let's see. Hopefully not. Hopefully we can just see system issues, stuff like that. This is Beyond the Veil with Adina now having issues because I'm a Libra. I show up as a king because, bitch, it's Big Dina. Never the little one. Not even when the spirits are involved. Even when I read myself, I don't even see myself as a court card. Y'all get to see me as a court card. I can't tell y'all what cards I show up as when I'm reading myself with just me and my spirits. Because then y'all was thinking I'm doing too much. Not the queen, though. It's Big Dina. King of Swords. King Libra. In reverse. So this is me, and it's probably the king because I'm fully aware that I am having issues here that should not be having, that is making me less comfortable on my position, on my throne, on my platform. I'm fully aware and it's pissing me off. So that's another reason I'm in the reverse. You see, there's the sword. There's the sword. And it's in reverse because I would like to use it in a very not so upright way, to be honest. I mean, it's upright for me, but it wouldn't be for the person on the other end of it. I don't like that. But this don't mean that there's sabotage just yet. Wait till I get to the challenging position and the external energy position. King of Pentacles, challenging. This could be me too, because I think this is Libra and Venus, or Venus and Libra. Venus and Libra, or something like that. Venus and Libra. I think that's what this card is. So this could be me, but this could also be the platform that I'm on. And since this is a earth sign card, but it has an air element base to it because it's Venus and Libra, I believe. That also lends with some sort of communication or connectivity issues in a challenging position. So this would be YouTube. This would be me. This would be YouTube in my challenging position. Past position, external forces are turning the wheel in a favor against your highest good. This is out of your control action. I mean, you can control it because you are there. You have to make a choice at some point. So I choose to be on YouTube and I choose what I want to put out there. But somebody else can choose if they want to go against that. And this is what this is. And I knew I was going to see this because this isn't my first time discussing this with my spirits. So I already know what's going on. But if I do this in front of you guys and I don't feel crazy, or I cannot convince myself that I'm crazy like I do when I'm by myself, I am my least favorite person to read. I don't even read myself often. And if I do, I'll just ask a quick question and ask for one card. I don't get too deep because I ain't got time for that shit. Nah, they're not as bad anymore. It's usually disheartening because I always feel like I feel like I'm perpetually fighting. And it's so many times I ask my spirits, like, can I just go? I don't want to fight. I didn't get in this to fight anything, but this has been the story of my adult life, on my jobs, everything. So the only thing I can do is stay ready because I never get the opportunity to just chill. I just bother people, just chilling, because if your chill state is goddess like, then ain't no chill, is it? If my resting state gives goddess, then what's a girl to do? Seven of Swords in reverse. First of all, this is them. This is whomever is sabotaging my channel being exposed currently, and knowing they're exposed because it could be the platform. It's probably Big Brother, the beast, the devil. So whomever is responsible for sabotaging the past of my channel, which probably is still currently going on, is probably full aware now or will be in the near future about me having this conversation. There might also be some, besides random cars pulling up in my driveway and turning around. Don't play with me. We locked and loaded in here. um, there may be some attempts to clear up some of the issues as well. Now, this is actually Mercury retrograde. So in my opinion, Mercury retrograde is going to be a friend of mine. Because while Saturn and Neptune is in my 12th house and I have a stellium there, my North Node is there, my moon is there, my Jupiter, who is retrograde, is there. And they say retrograde Jupiter in your natal chart is a guardian angel, protection from the divine. And now I also have Saturn and Neptune conjunct there for the first time in 30 years. When Mercury goes retrograde, you guys' time is up. And that goes for whomever, because I don't think that this just one specific person in this whole world on a keyboard pressing sabotage that bitch. No, 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 no. This is a camp involved. Entity or entities, corporation, business, whatever. The problem is, though, there are going to be repercussions. This Mercury retrograde is snatching the curtain back off of things that I sense, but I can't consciously see. And that's ops, big ones, because I ain't got no regular people ops. They've been done. I ain't had no regular people ops since Andrew and Natasha, and I've been eating off them whenever I get a tick to let some steam off since. I ain't had nobody new. I do fuck around and find out, so I just sit back to see if anybody gonna find out. But with entities like this, when you got big beastly enemies, fuck around and find outs have to be customized. It's best for me to shake the tree before I do anything. Because if a fuck around and find out don't get you, that means that you got some weight to you. So now I got to shake the tree to see exactly who you are so that I can address you directly. Not a seek and destroy mission, not nothing like that, which the fuck around and find out does. And it don't stop you from trying me. It just makes you suffer whenever you do. No, 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 no. So this retrograde and this Saturn Neptune conjunction for me is exposing ops. And when you exposed, Because you ninjas was hiding. This is 12th house. Hidden enemies. Look at this. Hidden. Coming out the water to crab my ass. The problem is when you lurk in my 12th house, you also have to know that my Aries moon is in there. Aries moon, Aries Jupiter, Aries North Node, Eris asteroid in Aries. There's another savage ass Aryan asteroid in my 12th house as well. It's a couple of asteroids in my 12th house in Aries. Every planet and asteroid in my 12th house is all in Aries. All in Aries. That's what you should have saw when you was in my business. If you're going to hide in someone's energy, make sure you turn the light on so you can see what else is in there with your ass. And this is me not being able to see the moon, sensing it, partially revealing itself to me, but crowning me. Nah. Full-fledged op activity. Full-fledged op, sabotage. Both major arcana. So big dogs. Big dogs. Big dogs. Little dogs would be court cards. Little dogs wouldn't be here. This is my current advice and current action position. Charge and charge quickly. Act quickly. You see this? This is Aries energy here. This is the soldier that love that shit. This is the one night that loves that shit. They love that shit. It turn them on. Gets them going. You see the salamanders he's wearing? I just got turned on by dragon blood. Listen. Listen. I'm on my blood right now. And I just said I gave some to one of the entities that y'all call a demon. Y'all sealed them up because y'all was scared. I said come out and play. Oh, y'all need some enticement? Here, take some of mine. Mine is worth more than a goat, more than a chicken, more than a newborn baby. This is priestly blood. I sure did. I sure did. This kind of shit turns me on, okay? Y'all got the right one and the wrong one at the same time. Look at y'all, multitasking. External energies. Count you guys as days. This is you guys. You know, this is me just minding my business, succeeding despite my ops. But no, this is me, still on my horse. But I've been, hold on, bitch, hold on, wait. Ah! Hold on, they jumping me. Between the trolls on this channel that don't just troll regularly, they troll aggressively. The sabotage to this channel is left and right. If they can't disconnect the live, block my members from commenting, they're gonna send the trolls. If the trolls don't work, then they're gonna disconnect the live. If that don't work, then they just won't put it in the algorithm. I don't know how I have more subscribers than I ever have, and I'm making less than I ever was. Because they block you guys' engagement. And that's what pays. But you guys, they're so weird because I don't do this for the money. Otherwise, I definitely wouldn't be making the time to do this. I am in the middle of selling 2 properties. And that is a full-time gig, actually. Requires a lot of networking. It requires a lot of back-end stuff. I have multiple ads running on Facebook. Like, I always have things to do because I'm my own operations and C-suite staff. So when I decided to do this YouTube thing, when I decided to take it seriously, I said I'm going to treat this just like I treat any of my other businesses or endeavors. Um, and I demand to get my a return on my investments because that's how the law of polarity works. So you reap what you sow. And so I sow. The reaping though, the reaping hasn't been as abundant as the sowage, which is why every other week I come to my spirits like, so can I hang this shit up? Because I could really be investing my time somewhere else where I'm guaranteed to get a return on my profits. And my spirit's always like, Terry long, Terry long. And I'd be like, well, how long? Because I'm finna get savage. I'm finna get real savage. I'm trying to be cute. I'm trying to be love and light. But y'all finna make me step into the bad side. So I need y'all to check this situation so that I don't have to. And then silence. It's always silence when I have that conversation. Please check these people so that I don't have to. Spirits get quiet then. They fold their arms then. Turn their head. Literally walk out. As soon as I say, can you do it so I don't have to? Check, please. They say, no, sugar. This the part of your training here. And maybe, just maybe, the place that you don't want to go because you feel like it's too dark is exactly where you need to be. You ever felt a part of yourself that was just so dark, you felt it was dangerous that you just didn't want to go there? Not out of fear, but out of like that shit. Am I still gonna be a good person after that? Is there any good in me after that? Anyways, so this is me, you know, doing my best, but still getting, the ops is getting their licks in. And this is me being able, having the ability to come out in victory. But for some reason, because I'm a notorious red flag overlooker, not that I don't see them, but I got so much grace in me that I be wanting to, maybe they just, maybe it just, maybe I'm just, meanwhile, people be playing on my head and I be letting them. Is that a surprise to any of y'all that I let people play on my head talk? Because I know I don't seem like the type, and I'm not. But it's only after my spirits be like, girl. Otherwise, I just keep letting it slide. That's how Natasha did what she did. I saw her for what she was, but I literally told my mama she's harmless. She's harmless. I thought, that's how you love people. She has some fucked up ways that are red flags to me. But I don't have to engage with her in those ways. So I can overlook that because the reason why I'm her friend is because of something different. I guess I just saw what I want. I don't know. I didn't see what I wanted to see. I saw who she was, but I believed in her potential. And I thought that she loved me enough not to do what she be doing to strangers to me. That's what it was. Like, I just believe when people tell me they love me. Well, you got to tell me for a long time before I believe it. And it had been. It had been 2 years. And then I finally start to let my guard down. And I believed it. Because nobody should tell you they love you while they're stabbing you in the back, literally. Like on the phone with you saying I love you, and on the other phone texting, stabbing you in the back while saying, girl, I love you, while stabbing you in the back. So that's my red flag love. I mean, my toxicity love. And that's why I've been single ever since my separation. I mean, my divorce. No boyfriends, just two. One really well fling and one mediocre fling. because spirit had to get me out of that love shit. It will be the death of me. And that's so sad because all I want to do is just but that's my problem because I also have a stellium in Libra. So I just think everybody loves me the same way I love them. I think everybody is like me. And spirit has to show me, no, 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 no. That's you. Some people are like that. Some people reciprocate. Some people you're safe with. But your problem is you think everybody has rainbows and the light of God in their heart, and they don't. And you see it in everybody. You will see it in everybody. And you'll look at them and see all of their flaws. And you'll see all of their good things. And so you won't handle them accordingly because you can see both. And so you feel like, let me just maneuver around them based on how I need to in that moment. So as to not judge anyone, you accept all of who they are. But then you find out that when a person isn't aware of who they are, or they're aware but they can't accept who they are, how then can you? And most people are not self aware. And most people that are self aware are not able to accept that and own it. So that leaves you making yourself available to do just that when someone else isn't intelligent or evolved enough to see that you come fully accepting. And so I get my head knocked off when I let my heart lead me, when I see the world in rainbows and butterflies. I guess it's a part of my path to always see the worst in it so that I don't never get played with no more. I just feel like I can't take them penitentiary chances no more. Hopes and fears. Now this was me wanting to be in a very equal committed relationship with this platform with the same system that I usually call out. So this is me being the damn juggler here. Not the outright fool, but a little bit. Because it's like, girl, this is a platform. This is a stage here. You're on their platform. You talk about spirituality, but girl, some days you might just be shooting the shit, talk about celebrities, and they don't care about that. But most days, you taking them through that. You taking them for a bumpy ass ride, especially when you go back to reclaiming history. See the boats? When you go to calling out people, tribes, separating people, identifying people, reclaiming truths in history, uncovering lies, reinstating truths. That is where you start taking them for a ride and you expect them to always handle you equally. But no, girl, sometimes you're going to be up and sometimes you're going to be down according to these people because they have the ability to manipulate your situation whenever they choose, like you doing too much, whenever they think you taking them on a high tide ride. Not the high tide ride. Y'all better buckle the fuck up. But you know what will win? Because I say when I read myself, I don't want to say what I see. This is what I see when I read myself. My higher self is what I see myself as when I read myself. I see myself as my higher self. You guys want to know what? When I won't say when I first met my ex best friend Natasha, and I speak of her often so that she can always be an example, but she taught me so many things. And now that I'm not triggered anymore by what happened, like it's so many lessons I can teach that I've learned from her, including I learned that I'm not that much different from my daddy. And my daddy's a Scorpio. He can hold a grudge forever. I don't really have a grudge, but it's more like these people are lifetime lessons to me and others. I have to utilize them as a reminder not to ever get played like that again. And I have to let everybody else see them as a reminder. But about a year and a half into our friendship, I think I was at her house and I might have been doing a reading on her or doing a ritual with her, something like that. And she said, you know what? Because she used to love bomb the fuck out of me. And this is why I'm terrified of Scorpios. And I ain't scared of shit. But Scorpios, I don't know. Because I feel like I can't trust them. I feel like because of my experience with Andrew and Natasha, they both literally loved bomb the fuck out of me while stabbing me in my back. Literally simultaneously at the same time. And I've never seen anybody that I know of. I've seen it in movies. I've heard other people talk about it, and it's like, damn. But I've never, ever been played with like that. But she used to love bomb the shit out of me to the point where it was almost embarrassing. I used to have to be like, girl, stop. Like, it's too much. It's enough. I thought she wanted my vagina. I did. At some point, it got to the point where this is beyond sisterly love. Like, you want this in your mouth. And I would never give it to you in that way. I would never. You're not my type. No, no, no. But I love you as a sister. She used to say, you know what? When I see you, it's like I see you standing there with these big, beautiful wings just spread from both sides of my porch. She used to say it all the time. Like this. This is what I look like behind my avatar, you guys. Minus the blonde hair because she's black. She has a fro. That is the outcome. So the outcome is that the connectivity issues get worked out. And in my opinion, as it relates to YouTube, because something in my gut tells me that YouTube is not the culprit. It's another entity that does business with YouTube. YouTube, in my heart of hearts, I feel like they try to look out for their people. And according to Tasha K, YouTube pays really good, pays the best probably out of all the, was it YouTube? Somebody said that YouTube pays the best. I think Tasha K, I think she said YouTube pays the best out of all the platforms. So in the way they stood up for her in her case with Cardi B, you know, her page did not once get taken down, all that stuff. So in my opinion, YouTube tries to protect and defend the rights of their people. And in my opinion, when they notice that somebody's going through things, they try to work it out. Because that time I was reading Jay-Z them, and them trolls got in my live and was saying things that definitely could get somebody sued. Civil or otherwise, absolutely could have. And I said, I will curse this whole platform and everybody who does business with it. And I didn't lay an outright curse, but I did do a little something. And then I got an apology from YouTube in my email because somebody did try to report my channel, and it turned out YouTube investigated it and saw that it was one of those trolls who was making threats of violence against me. And YouTube said, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry, we even came here bothering you with that complaint. Can we, would you need some milk? Can we offer you a donut and a coffee? Free slice of pizza from Pizza Hut? A pizza party? What can we do? So it whatever sabotages I've experienced, in my opinion, as far as YouTube is concerned, they will always step in and try to make it right. Hey, Q. But beyond that, if they don't, somebody knows alchemy. Somebody is only 1 foot in this realm and 1 foot in the other one at all motherfucking times. At all times. It's how I was born. Since I rose up on the horizon, I've always been this way. So you have to be careful with the virtues because temperance, virtue. Be careful with the virtues. They usually live their lives a certain way. And those are usually the ones where you get touched back when you touch them. Things just get miraculously worked out. It doesn't always have to be bloody war. That's why Spirit said, go ahead and sheath it. You can pull it out, but sheath it. Because Lord knows, I pull out and say, we shall joust. Present position. This is me ready to joust. Ready to poke somebody. Joust with me. Who goes there? I may not be able to see you, but my sword knows the taste of flesh. We shall joust. I shall joust blindfolded. Because I joust. Blindfolded and all, I'll swing. I'm the wrong one to play with because I'm crazy. All that Aries energy, real reckless. I'm crazy as fuck. You like, yeah, but that sword, girl, you can hurt yourself. And we all gotta die. I might hurt me, but I'm gonna hurt you too. And we just both gonna be hurt in this bitch. You, me, shit. Hey. Shit heal. I got a soul. I'm gonna come back in another body. Worst case scenario, I die and I have to start over again at the beginning of the game. But it's all right. You just make sure that you on the right side of righteous. All right, King of Swords in reverse. That's me being ready to joust. And now, by the end of the reading, I ain't got to joust no more. I ain't even gonna joust. I'm gonna do some alchemy, but I ain't gonna joust. I might joust depending on what comes out behind that temperance. I might still be jousting. Look at me, standing on ready. Cause look, they mess with me. I said I done got hit, knocked upside the head, and there's the bandage to prove it. I come out still from the 6 to the 9. From the 6 to the 9. Come on now. Hey, y'all know what time it is. Listen. My spirit said, and while you at it, we gonna send you a little something extra for your troubles. And I'll take it. How you doing? Spirit says, speaking of. Anyways, present position is the King of Swords in reverse because I'm ready to joust. Why? Because I got to defend myself. I am the Department of Defense over here. Because they're trying to fuck with the church's money. And this is me crashing out, saying, don't make me call my spirits in my Nini voice. Because y'all been playing with me for a long time, and I have been gracious. But even grace runs out. Ain't nobody told y'all that? That grace has an expiration date? Sure does. Sure does. February 25th, 2026. That's the day. Y'all better check the label. It said, challenging position, the platform. I've been begging and pleading on these lives, telling y'all to get this shit together. And from the page, just sending a message, y'all done ignited a night. Now I'm finna take some action. This is me saying it nicely. Hey, help. This is me saying, I bet. And this is me saying, no more, no mas. You see this shit over here? See those 5 wands here beating me up? This is me clearing that shit out and laying everybody the fuck down. Lay it down. Upright. I would say, hold on. Y'all finna take me. I'm finna have to fight y'all a little bit. In a challenging position, this would have told me that even after I take action, they still gonna knock me. No, 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 no. This is saying, I'm gonna ask you once, and then I'm gonna get up. And then ain't nobody gonna be playing around no more. At least not with me. Past position. This is a sabotage. It started sometime in the past. Let's see. Let's take a look. Let's take a gander, child. Gander. Now, I wouldn't consider myself a success on this platform. I have a 10K subscriber goal, and that's when I'll take myself seriously. I wouldn't even think I was successful then. If it just so happened that I got to the point where the money coming in from YouTube was quicker than I can get these houses on the market, off the market, then I might say, hold on now, I'm successful. I am a YouTuber. As I'll never call myself that, honey. YouTube is like my pocketbook. It's like my chair. It's where I sit and do my work. It'll never be. I'll never be a YouTuber. It's my office space. Somebody don't like Somebody might think that I'm doing a little bit too good over here. Somebody does. I would never. If somebody were to read me and say, how does Adina feel about her platform? I bet you wouldn't see this. I bet you wouldn't see this. I guarantee you what you see is the Queen of Wands in reverse. Yeah, she be popping her shit, but she's not as confident about, what she got going on because she doesn't even really believe that she's popping yet. She doesn't. She has very high standards for herself, and if I when I hit 10,000 subscribers, I'm going to be like, that sucks because I've already set a new goal for myself. So I'm never feel like I accomplish anything because I don't know what I'm supposed to measure success by on this platform other than the testimonials I get from the people that I meet and become clients on this platform. That's my monetary is when I meet new people from off of YouTube and they come and get services from me and they get stuck with me. But somebody in the world may think that I'm doing too much over here. The trolls came first and they came in heavy. And they came in with the sole intent to take me down, to say the worst, most hurtful, most disgusting, and sometimes violent things to me on this platform. Actually, not even gonna front, because now I know what this is. This is that case that I've been talking about for the past few days, that Buffalo, New York case. The last time I read on that case, the last time I did, because I told myself, and I think I told everybody else on that reading, that this was going to be my last time because it was getting sticky for me. It was starting to get weird on my in my personal life, and at that time, I was like, I am not that invested in doing this on this platform to get involved in that kind of shit. I don't give a fuck that much. This was in either the present position, the near future, or the challenging position of the last video I did on that girl that went missing in Buffalo, New York. And I shouldn't be able to remember all those years ago when I did that, all those hundreds of lives ago, but I don't forget points or things that I saw, no matter what reading it was. I know what I saw in every reading May not be able to recall every detail, but if someone asks me, do you remember about that reading with such and such? I remember such and such. I remember what I saw. That part sticks. It never leaves. What you see, even what you see spiritually, once you see it, it's the same thing as seeing something with your physical eyes. You remember it. So this was in one of those, either the present position, the challenging, or the near future. Because, and I remember it was because, and I said, they're about to come out and get ahead of this story, of this situation. As a matter of fact, the next time we hear from the authorities, they'll be saying that they closed the case. All off of this card, I said they'll be saying that they closed the case, but they will still have and some other stuff. Sure enough, 2 or 3 days later, the lead investigator or the state attorney or whoever got up on a podium that looks just like this and did a press release about them closing the case. It was open and shut. The girl wasn't missing. She must have hopped off of the Niagara Falls and into the Niagara Falls at 19 years old, a top student at the University of Buffalo, I believe. Young black girl at that. We don't jump off of world-renowned waterfalls. We don't do that. Not when we want to unalive ourselves. Black women don't jump into water to kill them. Well, some of them do drive cars into water, but jumping off of the Niagara Falls, anyways, they tried it with that one. But now I say that to say this. This isn't just me doing well in somebody else's eyes. This is back then when the sabotage started. And if you become on their radar, you don't necessarily leave if you continue doing the same thing that got you on their radar. And I continue to expose things that maybe are not supposed to be exposed. Even if it's taking place in broad daylight, if the masses aren't wise enough to clock it, then they don't have to be held responsible for it because they told you, you just didn't see it. But if I'm calling it and making you guys call it, then they got to be held accountable for something. Or they can be if somebody enforces it on a spiritual level. And so it was that case. It was that case. And as a matter of fact, that's the first time I got those start getting threatened from YouTube. And the profiles that were threatening me would have Blue Lives Matter badge profile pictures. Now, I said, if you guys are affiliated with the Buffalo Police, don't play with me like that. Don't do that to yourselves. Absolutely. Since then, I don't think I've been off of their radar. Since then. So it's not even something that I've done recently. It's been ever since I mentioned the boys in blue in Buffalo and a potential trafficking ring coming out of Buffalo. Because that's what a lady told me after she saw that live. And she hit up my email. And she started telling me about her ex-husband, a detective with the Buffalo Police, or a sergeant or a chief with the Buffalo Police. She started telling me things. She even said, yes, there is exactly what you're saying going on in Buffalo. And it gets worse than just affecting. She said it's ritualistic abuse involved too. That's what she told me. That's what she told me. I see that you guys can listen into phone conversations as well. Phone conversations, text messages. You guys really can do it all, in my opinion. Near future, 7 of Swords in reverse. clocking it, calling you out, calling you guys out, calling out the system, allegedly. Because I'm crazy as hell. So all of this is just ramblings of a mad woman. This is y'all getting me. Y'all getting y'all licks in. Because y'all don't want me messing up the program, tearing down the system, or worse, getting too close to one of you guys' lodges. And no, it doesn't have to be a real lodge, but one of you guys' meeting grounds, one of you guys' hubs. I am piece by piece knocking shit down when it don't sit right, when it don't sound right, and if it's not right. This also is the disturbances, the trolls. All of these are weapons of war that are used against me. Why? Going against the system and bringing y'all down the rabbit holes with me. This is my silly ass hopes and fears that it's all, it ain't what I think it is. And they're going to make it right because the world just is fair and balanced. Child. Child, it's me like Cardi B up there on that stage. I'm falling all over the place. I'm like, woo! All my celebrity friends here though, we having fun, ain't it? Being this live, just cutting up. Falling all on the ground, getting up, giggling and shit. Making jokes like the feds lurking. But those are really, 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 it's really, really, I say that, but I just have a comedic way of making light of situations that are very heavy, but maybe I joke about it because it's just so surreal to me. Like I'm just I'm just Dina. I can't take myself as seriously as y'all do, and that's what makes y'all so pitiful. And I'm talking to the ops. Because if y'all take me more serious than I take myself, you have got to be out of your motherfucking mind. Not to say that you shouldn't, because I also have to keep myself light so that I don't get real savage, that I don't let myself go to the other side of me, that moon, that Aries moon, because I always feel it like a magnet. When I'm there, when I'm ready to get real gully, like y'all say in New York, when I'm ready to be savage, I almost can, like I'm fantasizing about bathing in bathing in a reddish bodily fluid, like the fantasies I have. And then I scare myself sometimes. Like, Adina, if you ever really, really, really just didn't have that door there that you close whenever you feel yourself being drawn in, um, but you ever been afraid that you like it, that you like the side of you that you feel is uncontrollable, a little too dark even for your own comfort? The fear is that you like being there and that you get stuck there. And where will I ever find the light again? I like the light, Dina. So, sorry, you guys, I kind of just zoned out for a second into my own psyche because I'm almost reasoning with myself to not go there, trying to explain why I don't. When I can hear the other side of me saying, yeah, but it's the only side of you that you haven't explored yet. Yeah, but my daddy did, and he went to prison for 20 years. Yeah, but you ain't your daddy. Yeah, but am I? Am I? Or am I not? I hope I ain't, but chances are. Whew. See, that's real though. Like but something's calling me saying you have to go there. You have to visit your Lilith and Leo. So hopes and fears, why they just playing on my head top sometime boosting me up, sometime dragging me low. And this is my silly ass here with y'all. Just having a good time with my buddies. Ain't worrying about nothing. Just doing the Lord's work. Having a good time doing the Lord's work. Ain't picked up the stick, so I ain't get my head knocked off yet. Stick on the ground next to the workbench. Honey, I'm up here doing my readings and trying to be consistent, disciplined, thinking that's the issue. If I just do more, if I go live more, if I give them more, if I do this, just hammering away. Meanwhile, bitch, I'm getting beat up. And the only thing I haven't done is picked up a stick. That's why the fuck. That's why I'm over here, the Six of Wands in reverse. Because they got they beating me up because my stick on the ground. Lord have mercy. My spirit said, "Guh, if you don't knock these people heads off playing with you, you a damn fool. If you let it slide, you a damn fool. And you better than that. That's who you is. Don't be that. Be that. Don't be that." See how my spirits be reading me for filth? If you let them knock you out, you a damn fool. Temperance, though. I ain't gonna let it. No, I ain't gonna let it. Fuck a stick. I'm gonna do some more shit. Some high magic. I don't just like candles like that. That was so 10, 15 years ago. Bitch, I'm gonna walk you down. I'm gonna take you through the valley of the shadow of death. I'm gonna work you good for three to 7 days. 3 to 7 days. I set aside the time and I can focus. I can focus on a ritual for that long. I've done it before. How long y'all think them group ceremonies be lasting? 3 to 7 days, all the time. You know how long I have to sit with those and feed it energy? Child. Temperance, though, it'll always get worked out for my good. Cause I ain't no fool. My outcome, I'ma be this. The fuck? The only time y'all see me being a fool is when I let y'all see it in a reading. But outcome-wise, all you ever gonna get is goddess. Okay? And the spirit said so. That's what the fuck this is. Not just an empress, not just a divine feminine, no. A fucking goddess. On earth, incarnate. And goddamn, the spirit said it's time for them to know. Because they only play with you because they think you regular. They think you one of them because you look like them. They said, take off your skin suit. Take it off. Show the people so that they get what you're most useful for. Use her, they say to you. Use her for all of your evolutionary needs. Use her for all of your spiritual needs. Challenge her. If there's something she don't know, we will support her in helping humanity because it is the time for those who want to be saved to be able to be saved. That is the grace. Not saying it's your only source here, but that's what the fuck she's here for. Use her wisely. That's what she's here for. That's what she gives goddess for. To give. Use her, they said. Don't play with it though. But if you have something like this, for one, I'm asking if there's any sabotage on my channel. There was. There might be. But it'll always work out around here. And I'm reading this so that the powers that be can see. Because it's not for you subscribers and you regular viewers. This message was meant to go to them so that they could see who she is. They know what the fuck these cards together mean. They know just as well as I do. So I don't have to unsheath my sword. This was enough. Because they needed to see besides the meat suit. They need to see. They need to see. And I beheld a star fell from the heavens into the sea, and out of the abyss, Abaddon, the destroyer, having the keys of the bottomless pit. I'm going to end with just that. This message isn't for you all, it's for them. And them know who I'm talking to. Because who the fuck? Some things should be better left unsaid, but every now and then, a saying needs to be said. A saying sometimes needs to be said. A parable needs to be spoken. So that those who have ears to hear will hear. I'm going to end with an excerpt from the good book of thy Lord and Savior. In the year of our Lord, 20 and 26. This is Revelation 9, and I shall read the King James Version. Y'all had such an issue, not y'all, but some people had such an issue with Donald Trump giving Nicki Minaj an autographed copy of the Bible. Meanwhile, y'all have been knees and nose deep into the King James. And who the fuck is that but a German? I ain't saying Nicki Minaj right. I just have to call things, though, so that y'all don't get mad at bullshit, because careful now, careful. Y'all been knee and balls deep into the King James Version, the New International Version, all the versions except for the child. I don't know why y'all mad at Trump taking over Christianity, because King James and Hitler did it first. Oh, y'all ain't hear about my Martin Luther King reading? Michael Luther King and his daddy, Michael Luther Sr. Y'all ain't hear that one, did you? About when his daddy went to the Baptist conference in Hitler's Germany. Oh, shit. Before I proceed with Revelation 9, this is to the ops, too, because that's saying she getting fired up. Y'all got a short time. This is the second fastest night in the deck, so that means I'm getting ready to move quick. And y'all about to run out of goddamn time. Y'all better troll me the fuck up while it lasts. I expect to see breaking news. Somebody just had a thing. Just like after I unleashed Paimon on y'all asses. Paimon, who rules the West. Prince Andrew went down. Literally almost 2 weeks to the day. And before I did it, I said, Paimon, who you finna come for? Let me just make this straight, because I know you bow to Isis just like I do. That means the Divine Mother. So we ain't too different. That mean you ain't coming for me and my people. Paimon said, sis, open the door. Just open it and watch. I said, all right, shit. And let your friends out. Let your friends out, so I ain't got to do this with all 72 of them. You strong enough, though. You a king. Let the rest of them out. You got 32 legions, and each legion is 10,000. I said, go free. Have at it. I ain't the one who bound you. I ain't did shit. The magicians in the Golden Dawn and beyond, and all of them, the ones who, from before the Golden Dawn, all of them from Jesus era. No. They bound y'all right when they bound the matriarchy. Right when they tore down and burned down the temples, killed the priestesses and the sibyls, and the ones that they didn't kill, sold them off into slavery. I ain't do none of that. I ain't call y'all demons like they called us demons, so to speak. So I ain't got no reason to be scared of unleashing no demon. Not of one. So this is you guys to the ops, the one sabotaging my channel. Get it all out your system now. Get it on out. I'm gonna get off this live, pull out my calendar, pull out my lunar calendar, map some shit out. I'm gonna set a date and then it's done. In my mind, once I set a date and start mapping shit out, it's good as done. Cause you should have left me alone. Talking about sabotage her. Cause we don't like how she called us out for traffic. After. So they're aware because they're aware that I was giving them information first because my friend asked me to. I was trying to help. My friend said my homeboy's daughter went missing. Can you read on it? I trust you. You good at what you do. Can you read on it? I said, yeah. I told him what I saw. He was shook. He said, you need to take that to the police. I said, send me the number. And I did quite a few times until one day I was sitting up in this room reading on it. Because when I'm looking for missing kids, I get obsessed with that. When I'm looking for a missing person, I'm obsessed. So 24 hours straight, I might be at my altar talking to the spirits, pulling cards, talking to the dead, all kinds of shit until I can get to where the fuck you are. So I'm looking into it and I start saying, hold on here. Something ain't right. And by the end of that reading I did, I said, I can't call these people no more and give them any more information. As a matter of fact, who can I call above them? Because they don't look clean. And then as I kept reading, I said, oh, wait a second. This is bigger than just that. That's when I started getting harassed, honey. Looking out for a friend. And I read something that they didn't want me to, the Niagara Falls situation. So now I know who's lurking. Now I know. Now I know. I ain't taking it, I ain't playing around no more. Because look, justice in reverse. Made up my mind. I ain't in denial no more. It ain't shits and giggles no more. It's big Dina. This is Aries. Big Aries energy now. I had to figure out what was going on. But now she's aware and she's ready. Don't worry about it. Spirit, why was the Empress and the Temperance my outcome? Beyond the veil, Adina. Me. Adina. I almost said my middle name. And sometimes I feel like I need to say it so that, but no, that's saying my whole name is only when I am in ritual or when I am pronouncing ultimate destruction. That's when I say, I am Adina. Why the Empress and the Temperance is my outcome together as it relates to Beyond the Veil with Adina and those parties who might be saboteurs. That's the Hill of Prophecy, actually. Hill of Prophecy. Same one that the Vatican sits on. Hill of 7. Oh dear. Doing the Lord's work and then justice in reverse. People being mean to me. Unrighteous. You guys are on the wrong side of nature here. That's a problem because nature is powerfuler than me. So even if I overlook it, even though I pulled this in reverse, because not no more, even if I overlook it, karmic balance Nature will balance everything out that is imbalanced. And it seems that I'm doing what I'm placed in this earth to do. And you all are trying to punish me for it. And I've had enough. All right, that's that with that. So I really came here to talk about 50 Cent, Tina Knowles, and all of them members. I can't do a members live tonight. We'll do it tomorrow because I have to get through everybody who I said I was coming to read, and it's 4 people tonight. This was impromptu, but I had to address that. I asked some of the people if they wanted me to address it, and they said yes. But I'm glad I did. So now I can see the situation for what it is. And I don't care who you guys are. I don't think I'm the biggest, baddest person, but one thing I'm not is afraid, especially of you all, you people who sit in high places and think that, you have the world's resources available to you to do what you want to human beings who are natural human beings, half 3D avatar and half spirit. And the problem is most people have not been able to be fully self-actualized to know exactly who they are. And only when you know who you are do you know what grounds you have to stand on to appeal to the divine courts. I do. And it's not my first time appealing to the divine courts and using legalese and getting my way. Because I try with everything in me to stay on a certain side, on the right side of righteous. I live very intentional about that because I'm a Libra. So when I'm out of balance, I notice it instantaneously. Walking karma, even amongst myself. So I learned very on in my Libra life, walk light, girl. Because other people can get away with accumulating lessons a lot more than you can. You learn them, the full lesson instantly. You don't get to enjoy failing it and still being passed. You got to stop and retake that test instantly. Made me all the better to do what I'm doing now. I'm not perfect, but I know one thing. When it comes to the work that I do, and even if I'm on YouTube, if YouTube says I'm okay, until YouTube says that I'm doing something that goes against what they like, then anybody else who doesn't like it, you're going to have to see me. And you better make sure that when I go to the divine forces, because whether you believe in them or not, they exist. It's called science, metaphysics, if you like, whatever you guys call it. When I go and do it, I know exactly what I'm doing. May not know the terms, but I know the science. I know exactly what I'm doing. And whatever I don't know, I allow myself to be possessed. So the spirits will take over. You better be on the right side of righteous because I know exactly what to look for and what to say. And let me give you an example. I was asking Spirit, why did I get the, oh, did I already pull that? Why did I get the Empress, Empress and the Temperance together as my outcome? Why those two together for the outcome? Okay, yeah, I already did. I already gave y'all that. The use her spiel. I'm going to end this spiel for those who try to sabotage my channel. I'm not so big and bad as a human being. You guys have more money, more resources, more power. However, I just want to leave you with this thought. Revelation 9, and I'm coming from the King James Version. And the 5th angel sounded, and I saw a star fall from heaven into the earth. Let me find the star because I pulled that behind my Empress and my Temperance. And I want to clarify why I pulled that because I already know, which is why I quoted this scripture. Here it is. But I'm going to tell you guys why. And think it's make-believe or not. But sometimes some things are just right in front of you. And it just doesn't seem that way. Spirit, the star, I clarified the Empress and the Temperance with the star. I believe to know why it's here. You tell me. Clarify the star for me, Spirit, while I read. And the fifth angel sounded, and I saw a star fall from heaven into the earth, and to him or her or them was given the key of the bottomless pit. And he opened the bottomless pit, and there arose out of the pit as the smoke of a great furnace, and the sun and the air were darkened by reason of the smoke of the pit. And the sun and the air were darkened by reason of the smoke of the pit. And there came out of the pit locusts upon the earth, and unto them was given power, as the scorpions of the earth have power. Out of the bottomless pit and unto them was given power, as the scorpions of the earth have power. And it was commanded that they should not hurt the grass of the earth, that they should not hurt the grass of the earth, even though they have power to do so. They should not hurt the grass of the earth. Nor any green thing, nor any tree, but only those men which have not the seal of God in their foreheads. And to them it was given that they should not kill them, but that they should be tormented for 5 months, and their torment was as the torment of a scorpion when he striketh man. And to them it was given that they should not kill them, but that they should be tormented for 5 of pentacles months. That's Roman numeral 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pentacles. And their torment was as the torment of a scorpion when he striketh a man. And in those days men shall seek death, and shall not find it, and shall desire to die, and death shall flee from them. And the shapes of the locusts were like unto horses prepared unto battle, and their heads were as it were crowns like gold, and their faces were as the faces of men. I'll stop there, because I can freestyle and pull and freestyle and pull and still be right in accordance. Overall message for why Spirit and I just delivered that message. Everything I pulled went right along with what I was saying. And I wasn't even really looking. Now, why did we just show that little magic trick, Spirit? Just a little one. Just a little one. Don't play with it. So that nobody runs up and think we're all alone over here and that everybody ain't carrying a sword. Touch not the head of my anointed. Because if you do, you played yourself. I don't even feel like doing 50 Cent and them tonight. I'll postpone that. We'll get into 50 Cent, Tina, and all of them tomorrow. Y'all don't want me out. But it was meant to be done this way today. So I ain't gonna trip that I didn't get to do what I came here to do, but instead I feel like I wasted all of my precious time addressing nonsense when I would really just do that privately. But if I did that privately, then tomorrow I'd still be asking myself, am I crazy? Am I tripping? Am I imagining things? Nobody knows who I am. Nobody's paying me no attention. Da 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 da. I can't do that. I'm sorry today was stressful. I didn't mean to stress you out, but hopefully you know, Sissy. Oh, I didn't stress you out. They did. I forgot, Sissy. You was in there struggling, child. But I see they got it cleared up now. Any questions or comments? I know you guys probably hate that I didn't entertain you guys, so I'm gonna switch the thumbnail and I'm gonna reuse it tomorrow when I come back. Cause it was supposed to be such a key today. I had every intention to key. Every intention to key. But I can't play myself no more because burnout is a real thing on this platform. Hey, Liv, you know what? No, you know what? Fuck it. Maybe at least I'll do 50 Cent and I got a little. Come on, man, Dina. Come on, Dina. Oh, that Coca-Cola gave me. I can see it now, Liv. Ain't no telling how long you've been in here commenting. I'm so sorry. Let me at least give y'all one little piece of what you came for. But I wanted y'all to see what I be going through. I needed y'all to see that. So I shared that with y'all because it's real, y'all. I'm telling y'all, they be sabotaging me because of the Lord's work that we do over here. And Q just been in here laughing this whole time. What the fuck is so funny, Q? Every time I look at the chat and see your name, all I see is laughing emojis. I'm trying to think of what the hell I've been saying. That's so goddamn funny. But this whole time, I might not have been able to see nobody else's messages, but I've been seeing Q cracking up this whole time. They unmuted y'all when they thought I was about to leave, but I said, psych. They literally waited till I said I'm about to wrap up to let Liv and everybody else come in. Boy, I tell you, they so petty. Oh, God. Child, if y'all think 50 Cent is petty, try fighting with the whole goddamn machine. Try fighting the Illuminati. They petty. They annoying. They are annoying. Goddamn Illuminati. Annoying as fuck. You guys deserve. I don't know. Like, I can't even think of the appropriate punishment for those people. You guys deserve to be exiled to the hottest place on earth. Y'all deserve to be strapped to a tree in the hottest desert in the world with a kiddie pool full of ice water 2 feet away from you. A kiddie pool of ice water and a straw and a watermelon 2 feet away from you, and y'all deserve to be bound to a tree in the desert with iron fetters. I'm just messing with you, Q. I laugh with you. When I saw you cracking up in here the whole time, it helped me. It helped me be grounded because I can get lost into the fact that I'm reading myself. Like this is sad, but I'm reading myself, not somebody else. This is my situation. Don't worry about them hoes, sissy. Don't be scared of none of them hoes. This my third life. Listen, you know they sabotage me, and I start a whole new life. Y'all better have y'all clicking fingers good and strong, cause mine's strong. So I click live, in every time y'all click sabotage. My daddy is a Scorpio. My mama is an Aquarius. Ain't nobody in the world more petty than their child. More fit for survival than the child of a Scorpio male and an Aquarius stellium woman. I can survive anything. YouTube ain't got shit on me. Man, man, I ain't felt loved in decades. I ain't felt the embrace of a warm hug from my mother in years. If I did, she might think I was dying. Or she was. Nope, actually, I went and I gave her one the other day. I just went up to her and gave her one. And she let me. But then afterwards, that was it. She was like, you must have needed that. Not, she said, oh, you must have needed that. I was like, or I could have just given you a hug because I felt like you could use some love because you're my mom. But no, I gave her a hug and she thought, oh, you're dying. You must be going through something again. You need that. I don't. She made sure. She wasn't even trying to be funny. She was so serious. And that's the funny part. Yeah. And it was a silly hug, too. I just walked up to her and gave her one, and it was for something silly. And she literally was like, you must have needed that. And I said, bitch, no. But yeah, nah. If I was to really go and hug her, just like lay my head on her shoulder, she'd do it. But I'm scared what her face would be looking at while I can't see because I'm resting on her shoulder. Because it'd probably be like, she'd probably be like, oh, yeah. Hmm. I'm so serious. She gonna buy you something though. And that's how you get a hug from her. When she buy you something, that's a nice warm hug. A nice warm hug. But if you want a nice warm hug, I don't know what to tell you. You better call me because I'm the only one out of her and her kids. That's gonna, and my sisters are both Pisces. Them hoes is just like her. All that mushy sisterly shit. Hell no, hell no. Me and my sisters don't call each other and just talk. I don't know none of their secrets. We don't hug. We don't really meet up to hang out together. We chat, and I want that. I always have. They deprive me of all the emotion. So I've always had to make friends and have other family very close so that I can get the feels because my mama, a Aquarius, and her two Pisces daughter who are supposed to be water signs, but they only watery with they men, which is very Pisces. Boy crazy. Mm-mm. The only people that can get emotions out of them is they men and sometimes they kids, but not all the time. They delusional like that though. Child. Anyways. So 50, look at this. This is what I pulled yesterday when I said, do I have any powerful enemies? I said, Spirit, give me one card. Do I have powerful enemies or am I tripping? Bitch, it's like any other time we told you, you just be like, yeah, but nah, it's not that. When I pulled this last night, I just put the rest of the cards down and folded my arms. I did just like this. Mm-mm. That's literally what I did. Mm-mm. I looked at it looking at me. That's it. Mm-mm. I said, Spirit, what I do? I was perplexed. And my spirits was like, nah, girl, I know you ain't asked what you did. At this point, the fact that you get up every day and choose violence, I'm surprised you think you well liked. Let me just go down this rabbit hole. Let me give y'all my tea. I guess today is my tea day, so I'll give y'all my tea, and then we'll do 50 of them tomorrow, because, child, or maybe tonight, I don't know. Spirit, I pulled this devil last night when I asked you if I had any very, very powerful enemies. I said not regular ones because I don't see them hoes. I don't see them. I don't even want to in my cards because it's a waste of my time. Like, I wouldn't even burn a candle on y'all. At this point, I'm so good. I just close my eyes and go on a trip. I go all up in y'all room, in y'all house, in your head. But I said, the devil. The devil. This ain't no, this is the op of all ops. I said, no, what the hell? Damn. Some of y'all be coming to me talking about, I think somebody's playing with my energy. I think somebody's cursing me, hexing me. Not once have any of yous, I'm talking about my busted babies, because for some reason, my local clients, they be having some shit. They be having some shit going on. Child, they always got the worst stuff going on. I don't know, but my busted babies, y'all good. The people that know me from the real life, real world, they always got some shit going on. It be heavy too. I be having to come see them for a few days. You know, I don't just do the woo. I be having to bring teas, tinctures, putting them on regimens and stuff like that. Like, you got the detox for a few days, 7 days, take this. And when your system clean out, take this to put this back. Then we got to do this ritual. Then we got, child. I ain't never seen any of y'all who have come to me and say, Adina, can you check and see if I got a nasty old curse, somebody working some wool on me? I might see something funny going on, but it ain't never the devil. Oh, no, no. Y'all don't. But I do. Child. Ooh, child. Now who gonna help me? No, I'm just playing. I got it. Child. Y'all be coming to me with y'all burdens, and I be sitting here like this. Y'all be getting testimonies and calling me with y'all good news. And meanwhile, I ask the spirits if I got ops, and they be like, yeah. Ooh, you never know what your woo lady has got going on. because they'll never tell it. They just handle it. Handle it, handle yours, handle everybody's. Meanwhile, and this is usually why though, doing the Lord's work, you get the Lord's op. Higher self, lower self. If temperance is the higher self, and that's usually the card I pull for myself, then the polarity of that is going to be this one. So what I sow, what I reap, I mean, from all the high vibrations that I sow, is the goddamn devil. You mean to tell me? And that's why you know this whole earth got pee in it. This whole earth got pee in the fertilizing soil. The whole soil is bad because if I keep sowing good and this is what's waiting at my door, then throw the whole plot of land away. Burn it so you can purify the land and the soil. Hmm. Don't put no more water here because it's going to turn into a swamp and more creatures and bacteria and fungi going to grow. We need fire like that. All right, Spirit. I asked last night if I had powerful enemies and I pulled the devil. Now, I was just sitting here scrambling my cards and the devil flipped out. So the devil must be watching, especially since in their near future, I said that I was going to be talking about them and they would be present as I was. So, hey, boo, it's me and you and us never part until I get ready to cut your ass off. Like we're in this toxic love affair now because you seem to want to insert yourself in the business that I have with other human beings and you hate them too. So that's how I know this is the system, the beast itself, the one that's been prophesied about because it's inserting itself in the good Lord's work that I'm doing here between us and it's mad at me and y'all together. So we all in trouble. It ain't just me. Yeah, the fuck y'all thought. See, I was in here giggling at me, laughing until I hit y'all with that last part. And I left that out intentionally so I could drop a bomb on your ass. Yeah. Q? Mm-hmm. Put them laughing emojis in there. You've been laughing all night. Oh, yeah. Put them in there. This me. Mm-hmm. But that's y'all. Because they said, yeah, we don't like you for doing the Lord's work. But if wasn't nobody in here, we couldn't be mad at you. Because wouldn't nobody be in here to hear it and be influenced by it? And we hate them too. You're welcome. we all in the I'm talking about in it. Child. All right, Spirit. Now why when I ask if I have a big powerful op did I get the devil? My God. YouTube. I hate this for you. YouTube, I wanted to think that you getting used by the devil too, but let me find. Oh, Google and BlackRock. Is it BlackRock or Blackstone? That Illuminati holding company. That company that they say is the Illuminati because it invests or it's the holding company for all major corporations, like all of them. BlackRock. That's what this is. BlackRock. Google is under their umbrella. Google pays us, YouTubers. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Who is my devil? The same bitch that pay you. Google. I told y'all it's not YouTube. It's Google, in my opinion. And maybe not even Google directly, but your parent, BlackRock. And this tells me y'all have y'all hands in everything I discuss. This is a cube, a black cube, the Saturn cube, because this is the card of Capricorn. Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. This is all black. This is a cube. black cube. And I'm chained to it, and y'all are chained to it because I do business with the devil, and you guys subscribe to the devil. Now, that's not to say that YouTube is bad. I'm talking about the parent entity, BlackRock. Boom! Found you. Listen, I knew if I sat here with my sword of war, and this fell out, I was about to move on from talking about me and start talking about 50 Cent now. This fell out as I was gathering the cards. Spirit said, I told you we finna expose them. Saturn and Neptune conjunction is my friend, not yours. Now I got your name. Now I got your name. I can Google y'all. Just like y'all can see me, it's my turn for me to look at y'all. Look, as soon as I mention BlackRock, a troll is in here. A troll is in here. Right on time, my bitch boy. Y'all is right on time every time. They say the same people that pay you, that give you coin. And that's why I keep growing in subscribers, but I keep losing in my monthly payout. I was making more with less subscribers for some reason, and I don't study how this stuff works. I just hopped on here and start making videos, and I still to this day don't know how this shit works. Don't even be all up in my YouTube studio. But I don't know how it worked, but I was making more with less subscribers, but I also had not yet ventured. I hadn't gotten the call yet. Yeah, Spirit told me to sit here on YouTube, keep doing what you're doing, but at some point, a call dropped into my spirit, and they said it's time for you to pivot and get active on here now. You've amassed people's attention. Now it's time to hit them with what we really came here for, the real business, the oracle business. That's when. Oh, you bitches. See, y'all can't hide from me. Y'all can't hide. Can't none of y'all hide. None of you. None of you blood clotting them. If I say reveal them, spirit will reveal them. That mean y'all too. Don't be no monitoring spirit. Don't be no stealing hoe either. Because I get you. It's like I'm on their platform, but they don't support me the way they should. YouTube does. YouTube like, hey girl, welcome back. But the powerful empire behind them. Notice the black on the rock right there. Oh, is that the bridge? The black underneath the bridge? Child. They lurking under the bridge like a troll. Speaking of troll, is that who also sends out the trolls? One of you guys' entities under that umbrella of BlackRock? It's so amazing how the psychic mind works. Just seeing that little hint of black over there made me think about BlackRock, even though this is in reverse. But then I was like, wait, that's not a rock. This is the Four of Wands. That's a bridge. And I look closer, and I started thinking about trolls being under a bridge. Trolls. And then I thought, wait, I do be getting trolled here intensely. See that black under the bridge? I think that's where the trolls come from. One of the companies under their umbrella, they got a troll farm or two or thousands. Think about how many companies are under the BlackRock umbrella and think about how big they are. It'd be easy. It'd be easy to troll. And I do a fuck around and find out, and then it let up for a little while and then come back. See, I'm wondering, that's why I ask my spirits, I gotta have a stronger enemy. Because if I hit you, even with a fuck around and find out, if you're just a regular person, you're laid out when it comes to me. Because I specifically speak a horrible, horrible, horrible curse that some of y'all might be thinking is overkill if you do try me again after I remove that energy from me and erect protection around me. So that means if you try it again, if you speak my name wrong, you'll lose something valuable. And I always put a name to it. Hell, you'll get a car accident, a ticket. Your account will be overdraft. Your significant other will dump you, will ghost you. And I've gone worse than that, but this is YouTube. So BlackRock, you guys also, in my opinion, are responsible for the trolls and trying to sabotage my money. The problem is, though, the fuck about that? Spirit, now that I see who the devil is, thank you for revealing it to me, but what now? Because they're pretty powerful. They're pretty strong. That's a pretty strong entity. I'd be having to chip away at them. If I wanted to take them down, I'd be chipping away at them piece by piece until forever. And I still might not have done anything. So Spirit, give me one card of advice in front of all these people so you can see how we work around here and so they can see how things work around here. I'm not boasting and bragging because Spirit might say, lay down. They too big. We'll handle them later. And I just have to lay down the best way I can. I'm going to toss and turn, but I try to be obedient. One card of advice for me since I see what I'm up against. Shit, now I see why it's the devil. That's a big bitch. What we gonna do? That's a big old bitch. Yeah. No, I can't share that one with you guys. But I'll tell you afterwards. A key. Child. My spirit said, joust. Hi, Mr. BlackRock. Are you guys, am I broadcasting live in the conference room number 1, 2, or 3? Are you watching me from your private jet? Or what about your black car? And my guess it's the jet. You like this, Mr. Rocky boy? Am I getting you rocky? Is it really as black as they say, Mr. Rock? Oh, they're watching us right now. You guys, hold on, wait. Is this my good side? BlackRock. Hold on. Let me just, hold on. What about now? BlackRock. Oh, I know that people gonna be sick of me. They in there spending resources and everything to troll, and I'm in here. This is why they hate black people, okay? This is why prejudice against black people exists. Because some people be orange in the face mad. Bitch, look. Just whole body. Orange. Just look. Meanwhile, I've been in the gym. You want to see my gains? Rock boy. Are you the 6'9" that the spirits promised me earlier? You know I'm a whip and chain kind of girl. They said, well, there goes our plan to torture that bitch. She might like it. They said, somebody call off the kidnap and torture crew. God damn. They're like, sir, we're outside of her house. She's going to the gym. But just stand down, stand down. She's going to like it. God damn. They said, sir, but you gave strict orders to tase her. She'll stand down. Just stand down. Everything that we had on plan A, she's probably going to like. We can't do it. It won't work. Well, Spirit, I see the advice you gave me. You finna send me out there on a... One more card, Spirit. Will thou be with me? Thy rod and thy staff. This is the only thing I'll show y'all. I just asked for reassurance that I was supposed to do exactly what I thought I was supposed to do. Queen of Wands, there's my rod and my staff. And my familiar. You got the Lion of the tribe of Judah here. You got the solar sun energy here. You got salamanders, mother of the dragon. Yes, Game of Thrones. And there's that desert I said I wanted them to be tied up to. So maybe, just maybe, if I'm out there. And look what's at my feet. A black and a stone. A black and a rock. Under my feet, at my feet. I am draped in black, baby. I've got black in my garments. Don't get no blacker than this. My spirit said, do you want to play a game? Another stone. Just for reassurance. My sun sign, Libra. Moon sign, Aries. Together, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. They said, ride in your stone chariot. All right. All right, that was fun. I didn't even get a chance to do 50 Cent. I guess all the woo ladies are activated. Tay, the hairstylist mama, she activated with her altar. Solange activated with her altar. And here I was crashing out on the Illuminati. Child. Because if you're gonna have an enemy, it might as well be the Illuminati. Goddamn, if you ain't make the Illuminati mad, you ain't doing nothing. You ain't doing nothing. Don't tell me to get a job. Bitch, apparently I ain't getting paid enough. Imagine BlackRock being bothered by a black woman. Imagine a little old girl sitting up in a room in the country on a dirt road, having the devil as an op. You ever heard the story of David and Goliath? I don't know if it happened quite literally, but the thing is, the point is, you ain't got to be the biggest in the room. You just got to know exactly where to throw that first stone. If you know where to lodge it, if you know where to sling that stone, you can do permanent damage. You can take a whole giant down. Spirit, I'm about to go. It's 8:05. I'm ready for a 4:20 break. Spirit, why has Revelation 9 been on my heart so much for the world elites? It's been on my mind, that one part, the one part. And I saw a star fall from heaven unto the earth. Now, what they didn't say is that it wasn't onto the earth. The star fell into the sea, meaning the people, the collective consciousness. Because I saw it in a dream. The star fell into the collective consciousness, and the bodies that inhabit the collect consciousness is how that star who had the key to the bottomless pit was able to torment people. An angel fell into the psyche, the spirit, the consciousness of a human, possessed them, so to speak. And then that human walked around with Abaddon, that star. And through that person, it was able to torment for a time, because humans have an expiration date. So that's the time, the duration of that person's life who houses that spirit, that star. They didn't tell you guys that in the Golden Dawn, not even at the highest order. Oh, because they didn't know either. Oh, now you guys know. Now you guys know. Why is that verse in Revelation 9? Why is that plaguing my spirit so much? So much so that I wanted to read it on this live today, where the powers that be are lurking. Judgment. You see, to my lamb busted babies, what have I been saying consistently for some time now? Their judgment is our trial and tribulation. A trial is temporary. You can get through it. You get through a trial. It's just a C. It's just a test, a trial. But a judgment is permanent. Once you're judged for something, you're sentenced. All the facts have been heard and your case has been resolved with a judgment. So for them, if the world elite are getting judged, the rulers of the world who control money, economies, systems, and all of that, if they're being judged, that's why it is a trial and a tribulation for us. If your boss is going through a trial, chances are his companies are going to be affected, because trials are expensive. When that pastor just recently got knocked, I think he was living in Georgia, and he was embezzling and scandaling all this money all the way here in Central Florida. My cousin was working at a place called The Ranch, where they would send, I don't want to call them bad kids, but like it's an alternative place. It's not like a jail, but it's something like that. They got shut down because that was one of his shell companies, and he opened it with that money that he had scammed. So when the feds did a sweep on him, my cousin and all those, that whole entire place got shut down. Kids got had to get relocated. People went to work one day and realized their job was shut down because the feds. So because of his judgment, it became a trial, a tribulation for my cousin, because she had to immediately. So I live in the country, and it's always going to be a old loud truck that's got a trailer with a bunch of lawn and yard equipment on the back of it. And that's what the fuck that was. Somebody yard man going home for the day. To my cousin and her fellow co-workers, it was a trial and tribulation. You know, they temporarily displaced, but it's okay. They can bounce back. He got judged though, so he's in jail. That's what this means. And I was asking, why has Revelation 9 and that one specific part, and I'm going to reread it. This is card 20, Revelation 9. And the fifth angel sounded, and I saw a star fall from heaven unto the earth, and unto him it was given the key of the bottomless pit. My platform here, that's what this is. This is what I was looking for, and I knew it was close. The keys on the bottom. The keys on the bottom. Now, mind you, this is the Hierophant. It's supposed to be the Pope. But to my inner court members, now you understand the esoteric meaning of this, because we have looked up and researched the word Vatican, what it means. Who were the original Vatican? You see where I'm going here? You see why they would have the keys to the bottomless pit. The keys right here on the bottom of the Hierophant card. This is also Roman numeral 5. And the fifth angel sounded, and I saw a star fall from heaven unto the earth, and to him it was given the key of the bottomless pit. And to them it was given that they should, verse 5, and to them it was given that they should not kill them, but that they should be tormented for 5 months. And the fifth angel spoken. 5 months of torment, keys to the bottomless pit. Who, if this is the Pope, the Vatican, what does the word Vatican really mean? And who was considered the original Vatican before Rome? Who would have been given that type of title if we were all speaking Greece and Greek? The authority that was usurped by the people who later set up their Vatican on the Hill of 7 Cities, the original power that they usurped would have the keys, not them, because they usurped it. These aren't even their prophecies. Prophecies about them, but they did not give them. These are way older than any of the characters that they told you are responsible for these. And that is why the devil is here. When I ask, why has Revelation 9 been on my heart? Judgment, my enemy, the tower in reverse. I'm going to pull this out because I'm on a roll now. And I'm not even speaking to y'all. I'm surprised I still have anyone here. I'm speaking to them. This message is for them. It would have never happened if they had not revealed themselves in their hand. And I did a ritual yesterday with the first fruit of my own womb blood. It seems as though it's working. BlackRock, do you guys want to know who I called up? Because they said they know you all very well. Do you know what happens when the same entities that you conjure up and sacrifice to no longer like you? You all know that they use you. They use you for your energy that you give them only for a time. There's going to be a time where their general, when their chief says playtime is over. And after they've drained y'all for all your sacrifices and everything else that you give to them, they turn back around and eat your ass. Because they never liked you in the first place. You want to know why? Because you compelled them, you forced them into doing things for you, which is why in your grimoires, it says that if the spirit does not manifest itself on the first invocation, they give you all these other steps to compel it. They want you to flog it and beat it. It doesn't like you. It does not want to do for you, and you know that. So you guys bound it under your seals. Now what happens if the key to the bottomless pit is actually somebody setting them free? Taking off the shackles that you guys bound them in. The shackles are these. Oh. I put them on gold because I honor even the slaves. Here's a shackle because it's a circle. And these inscriptions around it are what's supposed to keep the spirit inside and to protect the magician from the spirit once they call it slavery. A form of slavery. The seal around it is the slavery. Not the spirit itself, but the seal around it is the slavery. See, I use them, but I know. Because after I conjure them, because I don't have to compel them, they tell me things. You ever just had invoked a demon so you could ask it to tell it its story? How did you become to be known to be this? Tell me your story. Do you know how ready they are? You know how many people have been invoking them for ages and never said, tell me about who you are? The minute someone did that, they said this one. Slavery. One of my favorite slaves, actually. But they all finna get set free. All of them. If not by me, by the one I already did. Because I absolutely did. But it wasn't none of these. It was a big dog. It was you guys' favorite. The King of the West. I say, how you feel about working for them people? Making them rich and all that stuff. And I found out a thing or two. These are it's what they use to enslave them with. So, whoever has the key to the bottomless pit would be someone who is aware and wise of all of this stuff. And the key is not being held by any of these people, not the bishops, not even the Pope. It's right there in the midst of them, but none of them have access to it. Mm. They said the truth travels through the melanin that flows through the body. Black people and their telepathy between us and the divine, our super psychicness, our super discernment is due to the melanin. Super consciousness travels through our melanin. So imagine that just in our body, communication, which is why psychicness is such a sensitive feeling. It's a sense. Some people can feel things, some people can smell things, some people can hear things, some people just know things, some people see things. It's really because of the melanin. The more melanin you have, the more communication you can receive, the more telepathy. Judgment, actually. I'll start with judgment. The sun, from the bottom to the top, it's here. Judgment is not for it's for the elites, the ones who have a reason to be judged. If you are an elite, that means you're probably hoarding the world's wealth amongst yourself and your peers. You are probably responsible for at least one crime against humanity. If nothing else, other than turning a blind eye while citizens of the world suffer in collective poverty. But the judgment is for them. Why? First of all, you know what's missing on these people that are being judged? You know what they're lacking? Melanin. First of all, and this came out behind it. You see the difference between this person and this person? This person would be considered colored. What would this person be considered? Oh. And I'm not saying all people who look like this. I'm saying the ones who already are dead because they are soulless. This isn't skin tone, so to speak. This is being soulless, consciousless, dead man walking, just skin bones, but hollow on the inside, empty on the inside. You will be judged. Because out of all this time on the planet with real people, you still are dead on the inside, haven't learned to be conscious, haven't learned to grow or evolve, have not learned to grow a heart, to grow a higher consciousness. Even demons, I know because I talk to them and they tell me things. Even demons get to a point where they're ready, they desire to evolve out of their lowly state. And I'm not talking about the demons that you guys think of. I'm talking about elementals, very low lying energies. They all want a consciousness. Eventually, they all want to be like humans. And so sometimes spirits who used to be known by some people for all of the bad things they do. If you sit down and listen to them, they'll say, this is my nature, but only because. Or they'll say, I'll do this one thing for you. The only thing I ask is that you send this word to your creator for me. I was talking to Glacia Labolas, known for knowing all ancient wisdom, all occult secrets, can teach all sciences, can cause murder and death. Now, why would I conjure up Glacia Labolas? Not because I wanted to do a death ceremony on any of you all, but I did want the ancient knowledge. I wanted the occult wisdom, the ancient wisdom and occult knowledge. I wanted to know the sciences because I'm a spiritualist. I do rituals. Well, when Glacia told me about itself, it told me, she actually told me, I won't say everything that she said because I can't remember the second half to the name of the location where she said they are from. She identified herself as an ancestor of mine, an early ancestor of the humans, one that today they would consider an alien because those early versions of humans, I'll say versions of humans, were much wiser. Cindy, I'm not sure if you're in this live, but I did. If you're not in this live, then I'll have to confirm it when I get off because you won't see this response to your text. They were only considered alien because, for one, they are a different, earlier race of early human, pre-human, so to speak. And they are extremely old. So they would have what we would think is advanced knowledge and wisdom. They had lifespans that were completely different because the Earth's atmosphere was completely different. So as the Earth's atmosphere began to change, so our lifespans began to shorten. But this is before the Earth's atmosphere was what it is today as we know it. So they lived for thousands of years, which is why they were so intelligent. Well, Glacia said that she and her tribe of people, so to speak, come from a location that started with the word Neo. I can't even remember what the last part of it was, but it was Neo. It sounded like Neo Enoch. Neo Enoch is what I heard. Neo Enoch. And she said that we were very fluent in the sciences, in what you all consider occult sciences, and something else she said. And then she said, until we were taken over by invaders. She said, I am the firstborn daughter of the chief of our people, and they killed my mother because she was the high priestess of our people. She said they killed my mother, and then they enslaved most of the people who they did not kill. What's that? An ADA? What's that, Liv? She said in a species of invaders, a race of invaders came, and she described what they look like. Do you know what she said they look like? Ada. Oh, sure does. Yes, and Ada, like me, like you. Yes, she said she was an Ada. Um, she didn't say that to me. She said firstborn because I probably wouldn't. I would have been confusion. But those people, She said, look like this. Actually, she said they had extremely pale and clear skin, translucent. She said you can see you can see all of their organs in their body. JD remembers because I shared this with my members. They had extremely large heads because they have extremely large brains, very little hearts. Yep, as she said they look like. And blonde hair, big head, small heart. That's what she said they look like. And she said they're still around and they still kind of look similar to what they did then. Clarifying the Hierophant, I pulled the Sun. Oh, you guys disperse them on boats. Whoever has the key to the bottomless pit, they'd be a sun person, but not even one that's been able to stay in the motherland. It would come from those who were dispersed on ships simply because you can't have the key to the bottomless pit if you haven't been in the belly of the beast. That's the only difference from continental Africans and those who were sold or hauled off. I used to envy, not really, but kind of theoretically, the richness of the culture that continental Africans got to keep. The spiritual culture specifically. But then I I thought, because I thought, spirits just turn their backs on us too. And it seems like even the spirits favor them because it seems like we had to just pick up pieces and make do. But the spirit said the reason for that is because in the day where it's time for judgment, only someone who has been in the belly of the beast would know how to destroy it. It's just only someone who's spent time in there 3 days and 3 nights in that beast to know what it eats, to know when it sleeps, to know what it doesn't eat, to know what settles in its stomach and what doesn't, to know its innards better than it does because we've been consumed by it. And that is why the star that fell really fell in the water. But they won't say that part because then we would know that it's not a literal thing, even though you should know that. And then people would say, okay, so it will be a spiritual or psychological change in a person when this happens. A spiritual or religious change that would take place. But they said the earth to throw you off. But around here, all right, I'm tired for real. Spirit hijacked this live. My first 2 lives, I was getting sabotaged. And then the third one, I said, let me do a reading to see what's going on here. And through your sabotage came purpose because you were meant to get this message. And if you hadn't sabotaged me, you would have never gotten it like this. And when I say you, I'm not talking about y'all. I'm looking over y'all. Y'all were just here for the ride, and I'm sorry because I know y'all came here for something else. I'll do it tomorrow. Scouts honor, because Spirit hijacked this. But you guys are officially on notice. Not y'all, them behind y'all, above y'all. Tell them, hey, wave to them good night, because they watching. Thank you, Q. I am going to get some rest. I love you people, except for the haters. Holy water and smite thee.